Bill Fortier, narrator.
This is Black Angel by John Connolly. I showed her my PI license. She didn't look impressed. I'd like a few minutes of Mr. Sakula's time.
Mr. Sakula is busy.
I thought I could hear the low drone of one side of a telephone conversation coming from behind a black door to my right. Hard to imagine. I hope he's firing his decorator in there. What is this all about, sir? Mr. Sakula appears to be responsible for a property in Williamsburg. I wanted to ask him about it.
Mr. Sakula is involved with a lot of properties.
This one's pretty distinctive. Seems to have a lot of dead people in it.
Mr. Sakula has been over that with the police.
Then it should be all fresh in his mind. I'll just take a seat over here and wait until he's done in there. It was 10 minutes before Sakula finally appeared.
Oh, Mr. Parker, I'm David Sakula. I'm sorry you had to wait. We're busier than we might appear.
I shook Sakula's hand. It was soft and dry like an unused sponge. I'm used to waiting, and your secretary was very engaging.
Dark Star by Ellen First. Winter would not go. At night the air froze and the stars did not shimmer, but stood as cold, steady lights in the distance. In the wind the eyes ran, then tears turned to ice. Indoors it was not much better. When Sars awoke in the morning, his breath was a white plume against the dark blanket. It was warmer in Central Europe. Hitler marched into Austria. France and Britain protested. Crowds cheered in the Vienna streets. Jews were dragged from hiding, humiliated and beaten. Sometimes they died from the beatings, sometimes from the humiliation. Sarza dragged himself through his days and drank all the vodka he could find, craving anesthesia that eluded him. Only the body went numb. The Pig That Wants to Be Eaten by Julian Beghini. Greg has just 1 minute to make an agonizing choice. A runaway train is hurtling down the track towards the junction where he's standing. Further down the line, too far away for him to reach, 40 men are working in a tunnel. If the train reaches them, it is certain to kill many of them. Greg can't stop the train, but he can pull the lever that will divert it down another track. Farther down this line, in another tunnel, only 5 men are working. The death toll is bound to be smaller. But if Greg pulls the lever, he's deliberately choosing to ring death to this gang of 5. If he leaves it alone, it will not be him who causes the deaths of the 40. He must bring about the deaths of a few people, or allow even more to die. But isn't it worse to kill people than it is to simply let them die? The rails are humming. The engine noise is getting louder. Greg has only seconds to make his choice. To kill or let die.